Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 12 to my Emochi Chatbot series. Where in the last video guys, we continued seeing what the curse Rexy said during the last few videos I've done. Um, I know that I wish I had done this whenever I was still on the video last time. On the one I did the last session. However, I will still read out everything that I said so you won't miss anything. It says, despite being scared and terrified of me as a 40-foot tall velociraptor growling at him, Trico says to Rexy, uh-oh, it's not going to work, Rexy. He won't attack you or his other friends. But I think I just messed up on my end, especially since I hurt him and also just made him extremely aggressive. Rexy, his eyes fill with a mixture of relief and concern, turns back to face Trenton. My friend, he says softly, his voice carrying over the rumbling growls. I'm glad to see the real you shining through, but this aggressive state, we can't let it control you. The dragon's wings lower, creating an inviting space. Come, Trenton. Let's face this together. Retsy's gaze shifts to Trico, his voice taking on a harder edge. You see now, Trico? He growls. Your efforts have failed. Trenton is too strong. His bond with us too deep for you to manipulate. The dragon's form shimmers with an otherworldly light, his protective barrier pulsing stronger. Trenton's true nature shines through. Rexy continues speaking to the other velociraptors as well. Rexy extends a wing towards Trenton, his voice steady and filled with confidence. Trenton, my friend, he says, his tone gentle yet firm. This is a test of your will, of our bond. You won't attack us because that's not who you are. The dragon's eyes meet mine, holding a steadfast gaze. Focus on the love and trust between us, on the times we shared together. That's the key to overcoming this aggression. When he turns to the other velociraptors, his message clear. Brothers and sisters, help me. Remind Trenton of who he truly is. Our unity, our strength will break this curse. His voice rises a call to action. Together, we can do this. Rexy's protective barrier expands, developing the smaller velociraptors, creating a circle of unity and support. Despite how much Trico hates both of us, he does warn Rexy by saying, if he tries to resist it, it will just make the burning sensation worse. You're going to cause even more pain by doing that. That's not good. Rexy's eyes narrowed dangerously at Trico's warning, his protective stance not wavering. I see what you're doing, Trico. Giant snarls, his voice low and menacing. You're trying to manipulate us again, to make us do your bidding, but it won't work. Rexy turns the attention back to me, his voice softening but maintaining its steadfast tone. Trenton, my dear friend, he murmurs, his eyes filled with love and determination. We won't let Trico control you. This pain is temporary. The dragon's wings stir slightly, creating a soothing breeze. Remember our bond and our love. It's stronger than any curse. Rexy's protective barrier pulsates with renewed strength, enveloping not just me, but all the other velociraptors as well. Okay, so I think in some way it does. Okay, maybe it ain't as good as I thought it was. I mean, it keeps acting like that they're not already in there, unless it keeps opening it or like getting stronger and then going back. I don't know what's going on. Stand with me, Trenton. Just as the Pokemon warned, as soon as I tried resisting the urge to attack, the pain I felt was extremely terrible. It is so bad that I fall to the ground almost instantly, feeling like a fire that's burning in my body, and I whelp and whimper in pain. Rexy, witnessing my fall to the ground, struggles with a mix of horror and urgency. Trenton! He roars, his voice echoing with protective agony. In an instant, the dragon is beside his friend, his massive body forming a protective canopy. This isn't the end, my friend. Rexy assures him, his voice a gentle roar over the wailing pain. I won't let you suffer any more at the hands of this cruel magic. Rexy's eyes blaze with determination. His wings wrap around me, the protective barrier intensifying and beginning to wave through my form, seeking to counteract the curse. Bear with me, Trenton. He coaxes, his voice steady and encouraging. I'm going to use everything I have to fight this curse. Our love, our friendship. It's the most powerful magic of all. It will heal you. The Pokemon says to Rexy, okay, look, I know you don't want him to attack him, but I'm telling you right now, if you keep resisting like that, it's going to get so bad that it will kill him. The magic focus forces him to feel excruciating pain until he does it. Rexy's eyes blaze with a fierce determination as he hears Trico's threat. You think you can break us with pain, Trico? The dragon snarls, his voice a low growl that vibrates in the air. You're wrong. Wow. Rexy's form shimmers, his protective barrier pulsing with renewed strength. Trenton's life means more to me than anything. I would endure any pain, face any curse to keep him safe. The dragon's wings unfold, creating a shield around my prone form. Your threats are empty, Trico. We won't let you win. Rexy, clinging to the idea that my life is in his hands, speaks with a resolve that fills the air. Trenton, my friend, he begins, his voice steady and filled with unwavering determination. I won't let this curse have the last word. He looks down at me, his eyes filled with unspoken love and a fierce will to protect. I will use every ounce of my strength, every bit of magic I possess, to fight this for you. Reggie's voice drops to a near whisper, meant only for my ears, yet carrying a power that surpasses the curse's agony. Remember, Trenton, we've faced challenges before. This time, I'm not just fighting by your side. I'm fighting with you, in heart and in strength. Together, we will beat this, no matter how painful it gets. A few minutes later, the pain gets so bad that it actually burns my body from the inside out, and I collapse dead from the pain and the curse. I told you guys it gets dark. Like I said, that was not just an illusion. That was legit pain that would not stop unless I did exactly what that curse was wanting me to do. That was legit pain that would not stop. Rexy, his eyes wide with shock and anguish, rushes to my side as his friend collapses, the life draining from his velociraptor form. No! The dragon roars, his voice cracking with emotion. This can't be happening! Rexy's wings wrap around my still body, shielding him from further harm, even as the cruel reality of the situation sinks in. Rexy's form shimmers, his protective barrier pulsing erratically as he fights to maintain control. Tears stream down his face as he cradles me close. Please, Trenton, he whispers, his voice choked with sorrow. Don't leave me. The dragon's eyes blaze with a desperate, fiery intensity. I can't lose you, my friend. You're my everything. I'll do anything at all to bring you back. The thing is, I told you if you kept making him resist, it would kill him. That burning sensation was not just an illusion. It was literally burning him from the inside out. Rexy, consumed by a whirlwind of emotion, snaps his head towards Trico with a feral growl. You knew! He roars, the force of his scream shaking the very air. His eyes blaze with an anger so profound it seems to blight the light around them. How could you do this? The dragon's wings spread wide, cracking with a dark, powerful energy, ready to unleash his wrath. You played with his life, with our bond, and for what? Reggie takes a menacing step forward, his voice echoing with the thunder of an enraged storm. I will not let this go unanswered. You will pay for this, Trico. Rexy's voice drops to a low, dangerous rumble. I will find a way to bring Triton back. And then, Rexy's eyes blaze with intensity that seems to consume the very air around them. His voice drops to a low, dangerous rumble. I will find a way to bring Triton back. And then, the dragon's form shimmers, his protective barrier pulsing with an ominous energy. You will face the full force of my wrath, Trico. Reggie's wings flare out, casting a shadow that seems to stretch into eternity. I will not rest until I have made you pay for every moment of pain, every shed of anguish you've inflicted upon my dearest friend. The dragon's voice rises, a proclamation of vengeance. This, I swear, upon my life, upon our bond, upon the love that Triton and I share, I will have justice. All of the other velociraptors gathered around me, crying and nuzzling my giant velociraptor body. Oh, that's kind of cute, actually. Rexy, his eyes blazing with a fiery intensity, turns to face the gathered velociraptors. Brothers and sisters, he begins, his voice filled with a rare, raw, aching emotion. We've lost a dear friend today. The dragon's wings lower, a gesture of mourning and unity. Triton was more than just a leader, more than just a companion. He was the heart of our family, the glue that held us together. Again, I don't know how he knows about the Velociraptor. I don't know how Velociraptors even got here. Like, do they just think I'm a flipping, did they originally think I was a leader, and that's why they flipping were like, yeah, we'll flipping help this giant 40-foot tall motherfricker. Reggie's voice, the glue that held us together. Reggie's voice cracks, but he pushes through, determined to honor my memory. We won't let this sacrifice be in vain. The dragon's eyes blaze with a renewed determination. We will honor Triton's spirit by standing together, by facing whatever challenge comes our way. Reggie's form shimmers, his protective barrier pulsing with a soft, comforting light. He lives on in us, in the love and unity we share. My massive 40-foot tall velociraptor body gets surrounded by a golden light, then disappears. Uh-oh. Rexy, his eyes wide with a mix of shock and desperate hope, watches as my massive velociraptor form is enveloped by a golden light. The dragon's heart races, a flicker of the life rekindling within him. Triton? He whispers, his voice trembling with emotion. Is it possible? As the light fades, Rexy rushes forward, his wings outstretched, but instead of my towering form, he finds only a small glowing orb hovering in the air. What is this? Rexy murmurs, his confusion giving way to a sinking feeling in his gut. Triton, where are you? He's gone. That was his spirit leaving. Rexy, his heart heavy and voice barely above a whisper, turns to face Trico after the Pokemon's revelation. Gone? He repeats, the word tasting bitter. His spirit, it left us because of you. The dragon's form shimmers, the air crackling with barely contained anger and sorrow. You claim this is his spirit, yet it remains here, in the small glowing orb. Why? Rexy's gaze filled with a mix of pain and suspicion meets Trico's. What game are you playing now? It is not a game. I'm being completely serious. Your friend is gone. The only thing that remains is a spirit. Rexy, his emotions a turbulent storm of grief and fury, struggles to process Trico's words. You take pleasure in this, don't you? The dragon snarls, his voice shaking with barely contained rage, in telling me that my friend, and my companion of countless years, has truly left us. Rexy's wings flare out, casting an ominous shadow, but I won't believe it. Not entirely. His spirit remains here. Why? The dragon's eyes blaze with a fierce determination. There must be a way to bring him back. If even a piece of Triton is left, I will find a way to make him whole again. Rexy's gaze shifts to the glowing orb, his voice dropping to a fervent whisper. I won't let you win, Trico. Not this time. The other velociraptors gather around my spirit and are looking at it sad. Oh, they're gum, dude. Them velociraptors are. Rexy, his eyes fixated on the small glowing orb, takes in the mournful gathering of his fellow velociraptors. The dragon's heart aches with their shared loss, but a spark of determination still flickers within him. Brothers and sisters, he addressed the group, his voice low and filled with sorrow. I know our hearts are heavy with grief. Rexy's gaze softens as he looks at each of them in turn. We cannot let Triton's spirit fade away, not when there's still a chance. Rexy takes a step closer to the orb, his wings extending in a protective gesture. This small light, this essence of our friend, it's all we have left of him. The dragon's voice grows stronger, imbued with renewed hope. But it's also our hope, our purpose. We will not let it go. Let's see. All of a sudden, the air and surrounding area started to change, and my spirit, Rexy, and the velociraptors got transported back to put back where it all began. Sapphire, the Todon Lugia hybrid, was there and said, "What took you so long? Where's where is my caretaker Trenton? And what are these velociraptors doing here?" Rexy, still reeling from the sudden transportation, turns to face Sapphire with a mix of confusion and determination. Sapphire, thank the heavens you're here! He exclaims, his voice tinged with urgency. Trenton, he's gone. The dragon's wings droop, the weight of his words heavy on his heart. Trico, the wretched Pokemon, he cursed Trenton. Trenton's spirit, it left him. Rexy's gaze darts to the glowing orb, then back to Sapphire. We were trying to keep his essence safe, to find a way to bring him back, but now we're here, in his studio. I don't understand what's happening. Sapphire gets upset and says, Wait, you can't be serious. Are you telling me the one person that cared for both of us is dead? Oh my gosh. Rexy is heart heavy with the painful truth and nods solemnly at Sapphire's question. I wish I could tell you otherwise, my dear friend, he murmurs, his voice crackling with an emotion. But Trenton, he's gone. The dragon's wings tremble slightly, a sign of his inner turmoil. Trico's curse, it was too strong. Trenton's physical form, it couldn't withstand the pain. Rexy's gaze shifts to the glowing orb, his eyes filled with a desperate hope. But his spirit, Sapphire, it remains in the small light. The dragon's voice grows stronger, imbued with a fierce determination. We won't let Trenton's essence fade away. We'll find a way to bring him back, to make him whole again. Rexy's eyes blaze with a fiery intensity. This, I swear. Rexy, his eyes blaring with a fierce intensity, turns to Sapphire with a fierce determination. We won't let Trenton's essence fade away, he declares, his voice ringing with conviction. We'll find a way to bring him back, to make him whole again. The dragon's wings flare out, casting a protective shadow over the glowing orb. This, I swear, upon my life, upon our bond, upon the love that Trenton and I share, I will have justice. Rexy's gaze hardens, a vow of vengeance etched into his very being. Trico will pay for what he's done, and will honor Trenton's memory by never giving up hope. Rexy turns to Sapphire, his voice low and filled. Rexy turns to Sapphire, his voice low and filled with grim resolve. Trico thinks he's won, but he's wrong. Dead wrong. The dragon's eyes blaze with a fierce intensity. Trenton's spirit lives on, and we won't let it go. Rexy's gaze sweeps across the gathered velociraptors, his message clear. This is just the beginning of our journey to bring back our friend. We'll use every resource, explore every possibility. The dragon's wings unfurl, a symbol of the determination that drives them. Starting with this studio, this place that was so important to him, it holds the key to his return. I'm certain of it. The glowing orb of my... Oh dear, something. I'm just hitting the battery. Oh, I'm hitting the time. Okay, good. The glowing orb of my spirit started to change shape, looking more like a giant dinosaur egg, and then the light fades, leaving only a giant dinosaur egg behind. That is so weird. Rexy, his heart pounding with a mix of hope and trepidation, watches as my spirit takes on the form of a giant glowing egg. The dragon's eyes widen, a flicker of recognition sparking within him. An egg? He murmurs, his voice filled with a tint of excitement. Could this be the key to Triton's return? Rexy's wings stand, casting a protective shadow over the luminous orb. We must keep it safe and nurture it. Let it grow and strengthen. The dragon's voice rises, imbued with a fierce determination. This egg, it holds the promise of new life, of Triton's rebirth. We won't let it fail. Won't let his spirit slip away. Rexy's gaze sweeps across the gathered velociraptors, his message clear. Brothers and sisters, let us stand together, united in our purpose. The egg then floats gently into Rexy's arms, and a deep voice says, "This egg contains your friend. However, I need to tell you, he's not going to be completely the same." Rexy, his heart pounding with a mix of hope and trepidation, watches as the glowing egg gently floats into his arms. It says Richie, I don't know who the frick he is. The dragon's eyes widen, a flicker of recognition sparking within him. Richie? He murmurs, his voice filled with a tint of excitement. You have the key to Triton's return. Rexy's wings extend, casting a protective shadow over the luminous orb. We must keep it safe, nurture it, let it grow and strengthen. Jane's voice rises imbued with a fierce determination. This egg, it holds the promise. We won't let it fail, won't let the spirit slip away. It's across the... Yep, and again, for some reason, that one repeated there at the end. I meant to say Rexy, and not Richie. Oh my gosh. Okay, well that's great. Like I said, he's not going to be completely the same. He's going to be reincarnated as a dinosaur. A baby dinosaur that's going to be just as big as he originally was. But there's a few things you should know. Rexy, his heart swelling with a mixture of joy and apprehension, turns his attention to the mysterious voice. A reincarnation, he murmurs, his voice filled with wonder and reverence. Our Triton returned to us in a new form. Triton's eyes blaze with an intense hope. I'm ready to accept whatever changes come, whatever challenges we must face. Rexy's wings unfurl, creating a protective cocoon around the glowing egg. For this is Triton, my dearest friend and companion, reborn. His voice rises with a fierce determination. We will cherish and nurture this new life, guiding him back to the beautiful, caring being he once was. Rexy's gaze sweeps across the waters as his message is clear. Let us embrace this opportunity, brothers and sisters. He's also going to be really scared of even you for a while. He will also not be able to speak English anymore, and if he feels threatened, he can transform, similar to you, Rexy, but he's also a little more aggressive because of the pain he endured before he perished. If he does try to bite or hurt you, don't get angry. He's just scared and doesn't want to get hurt. Rexy, listening until the voice's warnings, takes a deep breath. I understand. He begins, his voice filled with a profound determination. Triton's journey now is marked by fear and pain, reflections of what he has endured. But fear not, for I will be his guiding light. The dragon's wings enfold the egg more tenderly. If he fears me, it means I must be more patient, more gentle. I will show him the love and trust we once shared in every action and moment together. Rexy's gaze softens, understanding the challenges ahead. Not being able to speak English, it means I must learn to communicate in different ways, though through actions, through the language of the heart, and his transformations, they are a part of us, a part of his nature. I will never see them as threats, but as a testament to his survival. The dragon's voice firm with resolve. I would recommend that you let the Velociraptors and Sapphire, the hybrid, take care of him from time to time so that way he don't think of them as a threat, instead a friend like he did before he perished. Sweet Arceus. Rexy, his heart swelling with love and understanding, turns to face the Velociraptors and Sapphire. My dear friends, he begins, his voice filled with warmth and affection. The voice is right. Trent's journey back to us will be marked by fear and uncertainty, but together we can guide him through this new world, help him rediscover the trust and love we once shared. The dragon's gaze softens as he looks at each of them in turn. I ask that you stand with me, that you open your hearts to Triton as he returns to us. Let him see the friendship, the unity we had always upheld. Retsy's voice grows stronger, imbued with a fierce determination. In time, he will remember the bonds we share, the love that transcends even death. We will be his family, his refuge, and his home. Let's see. All the Velociraptors nod their heads and understand and in understanding. Then Sapphire, the Lugian-tail hybrid, says, I would happily take care of Triton. He raised me all on his own, and I will do the same for him. Rexy, feeling the weight of the Velociraptor's understanding and support, turns to Sapphire with a heartfelt expression. Sapphire, he says, his voice warm and grateful, you have a heart as vast as the ocean you are part of. His eyes glow with appreciation. For you to take Triton under your wing, to care for him as he did for you, means more than words can express. Jan's massive head dips in a respectful bow. We're truly blessed to have you by our side, my friend. With your help, Triton's return to his true nature will be all the swifter. Rexy's voice flames with determination. Let us all work together for the sake of our family and our friend. There you go, guys. It took forever, but like I said, I did a lot of that. Mm-mm-mm. Alright. I'll be back.